to be wild. NE here. And as always, NE stands for Nebraska. Go Big Red Huskers. Gonna do just a quick ride around part of my campsite. The dam is right over there. There's my tent. I'll be back here tonight. These kind folks, as I was setting up my tent last night, brought me over a plate of ribs, cornbread, and potato vegetable mix, stew type stuff. Oh man, don't know me from Adam. That was really nice, and it was very, very good. So it's Saturday the 7th of March 2020. And I'm doing a loop up into the Sandhills of Nebraska. After stopping at a bank to get some money to be able to pay for my campsites. I didn't bring my checkbook. Got down to 37 last night, or thereabouts. But was no problem for my tent and sleeping bag. There were two other campers, both in RVs, at least in that wing of the campground. And as already noted, one of them brought over a great meal for me last night. I hadn't even staked out all the stakeouts on the guy outs on the rainfly, but I let that go because I was going to eat that good food while it was still warm. Ended up using my headlamp to do the last few guy outs. It was very windy yesterday, but last night there was really no wind. So I may not even have had to guy out the tent, but I kind of like to do it. Gives me practice at tying the taut line hitch. Some section of this road which is a little rough. Not a problem, but just a little rough. I did not note any big potholes or anything coming in yesterday afternoon. I got there in plenty of time before sunset, but I piddled around trying to find the site that looked like it would be good for pitching a tent, because they are not all that way. then I piddled around finding a place to piddle. Oh, too much information. Got gas in McCook. They sent me on to Walmart to get a state park annual pass. And I used the ATM at Walmart to get the cash I need to pay for my campsite when I get back. So I am footloose and fancy free. My gosh, it's a gorgeous day. Bike thermometer now says 73. Woo-woo! If my tent and all my gear are waiting for me when I get back, I'll be a happy camper. Say that again. A happy camper. Fired up my backpacking stove. Just screws onto a butane canister. Made myself some Mountain House dehydrated eggs into bacon. I also had a small can of chicken chunks that while the Mountain House was cooking inside its thermal bag with boiling water added, I heated up those chicken chunks on the stove and added them too and ate it all. And while I was eating that, I made myself some hot chocolate. So I got my annual pass permit for both my motorcycle and my car. It's $47 total. $31 for the first vehicle and $16 for the add-on vehicle. So that will make me legal for entry into where I camped last night. And then I just need to stick the cash in an envelope when I get back and make my 2 nights stay using their electricity legal also. Veterans of Foreign Wars Memorial Highway. Yeah, it really didn't take us long going north out of McCook. Great elevation changes, ravines and trees, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Bridge may be icy, the sign says, not today. 68. The bike thermometer says it's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I was a little bit too big for that bike, I believe. For example, my knees are up above my hips. 2017. I had both hips replaced. The Sandhills are just so beautiful to me. The change in elevation, the ravines. It's said way too often, but the GoPro with its particular lens just doesn't capture depth and breadth all that well. But thank goodness my human eyes still do. That too might change someday. Going to be 66 next month. So I'm starting to approach those years where you just don't know for sure. Moral of that story? Enjoy it while you can. And that was sort of the impetus for my deciding to go on a 2-night camping trip, March 6th through 8th in Nebraska. Of course, the weather afforded the opportunity, and I said to myself, grab it while you can. Bike thermometer's back to 66. It's nice and just nice and cool.